Good evening, everyone. And welcome to our Wednesday night gathering. So happy to have you in the house tonight. So let me just give you a little bit for those of you that we got a couple of newbies out there. You came on Sunday and you're here tonight, how great it is. So Universal Spirit Center is a conscious, loving, living community, and we are acceptance to all people and to all things and all spiritual paths, helping you to guide yourself to your greater expression to be. On Sunday, we have our rip-roaring gathering at 10:30 with wonderful message and some great music and a beautiful community to commune with and to get to know people. And the first Sunday of the month is our potluck Sunday, which is really cool. You get to have some nice vegan, gluten-free chili, lentil soup. Yummy, yummy for those that love it. A lot of we're not going through all the food. A lot of wonderful dishes, but it's such a great way to connect, and it's also a wonderful opportunity to bring a friend, which is really nice. So you get to, they get to have a free meal, and they get to meet our community. We are glad to have you here tonight. Wednesday nights are about touching spirit in a very different way, to connecting with spirit in a way that doesn't look like Sunday. And so every Wednesday we have something different going on here. And tonight it's all about the money. So we also have a loving basket back there if you'd like to give to our community we love. We also provide 10% out to our community through our Global Heart Tithe. We give back 10% of everything that we take in. And we have gifted some amazing communities and organizations that have done some outrageous work in our world. So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So with all of that being said, tonight, it is about the consciousness of money. And that's a really wonderful, powerful thing. Because when I first made that connection, the consciousness of money, I don't know about you, but I've been busy about the getting of the money. I was very in tune to I got to get the money, and I got to get some more money. Because I keep running out of the money. Yeah, but I spend it. And a great teacher, Reverend Ike, I've shared him with a few people in the community. Reverend Ike was really kind of before his time. He was a black teacher of New Thought, and he had an amazing church in New York, and he was very upfront about prosperity. He loved money. He taught his community, those that were open, to love money and to understand. And one of the things that I love that I found out from him was my relationship with money. I asked that question on Sunday, what is your relationship with money? And when he first made that statement, I was like, what are you talking about? I need it. That's my relationship. Is that I need the money. What other kind of relationship could there be? And so as he went on to talk, he talked about this thing called money. And we understand, most of us, I think here, that money is energy. But a relationship was a whole new key for me. That if you have a relationship with someone that you're afraid if they're going to leave, you're worried when they're not around, when they are around, you don't actually talk to them nicely because you don't think they're going to stay around. So what kind of relationship would that end up being? Why would money want to be with me? I was like, wait a minute, what? So my aspect tonight is to really deal with us dealing with the consciousness. Because I realized with everything that I was doing in my quest to manifest, my energy was still trying to get something, trying to make something happen. And it wasn't until I dropped the paper, the money, that I started understanding that I had a consciousness that was actually stopping the money from flowing frequently, from being just a part of my daily experience. You don't worry if the sun rises. You know it's going to rise. Most of us don't walk around thinking, oh, I better take all the air I can right now because later on I'm going to be out. It is a natural part. And so when I started thinking about the relationship, nature has an abundant relationship with prosperity. Trees go through their shedding time in the winter, but you don't see a tree just pass out like, oh, my leaves are gone, how am I going to make it? The leaves are gone, the flowers are gone, what am I going to do? Fish, when the water gets really cold, they go deeper. They don't be like, oh my God, how are we going to survive in the cold water? All of nature understands this prosperity dance. So I want us first to do a little exercise here. I want you to think about, and just think about to yourself, get comfortable in your seat. When you think about money, is it like a shy friend? If you've ever had a friend that's shy, you know, they want to come around, but when they do come around, you're so excited that they're around that they're like, ooh, that's too much. So they run away. Or is it like a cat? You know, you'd be like, oh, come here, cat, come here, come here. And the cat be like, no. You start chasing the cat, cat's like, I'm out, baby. Or is it like a balloon? Oh, I got it. Ooh, but there it goes, it slipped through my hand. So close your eyes right now. Take a deep breath. Take one more deep breath. And in front of you, see money. See money as a shy friend. Maybe it's a cat, or maybe it's that balloon. Now, when you see this money, do you want to reach for it? And if so, what are you feeling when you're trying to reach for that money? Just take a moment and be in that space. So when you reach for the money, do you catch it? Or does it slip away? Is it the cat running? Is it the shy friend that's just too much? Or is it like a balloon? I have it and oh, now it's gone. And how does that feel? Take another deep breath. Now, when you have money, how do you feel? Do you feel good? Do you feel powerful, confident? Do you feel at ease and relaxed? What does that feel like for you? And take another deep breath. Now, what do you feel when you don't have money? Or when money is running low? And when or if your bank account is showing red? What do you feel? Are you anxious? Worried? Confused? Angry? What do you feel? Take another deep breath. Now, what if money said to you, I love being with you. I love everything about you. Every day I want to be a part of your life. What if the money started chasing you? How would that feel? Take another deep breath. And now think of the one or maybe two feelings that was present in this time for you. What came up? What feeling was most prominent? What feeling did you like? And what feeling did you not like? So take another deep breath and bring your awareness back into the room. So I will have you call out what you did like that you felt and what you didn't like that you felt. But I just really want to remind you that we're going to create a new relationship with money. My money has a name now. G-Money. 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 So when I spend money, I mean, G-Money, I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for all the energy that's going out. And I look at my money and appreciate it. Sometimes I smell it. Money has a smell. But be careful, if the bills look a little crazy, don't smell those. They've been doing some things. So, what feeling did you have that felt good? Security, freedom, safety, confidence, joy, spaciousness. You felt relaxed, secure, loved, a friend, worthy. Ooh, these are yummy, yummy. Now, what feeling did you have when you did that you did not like? Anxious, fear, worried. Say what? Contracted, angry, agitated, limited, not enough, less than, foolish, guilt, shame. Oh, the three, that's a home run. Guilt, shame, and self-blame. So, with a lot of the feelings that we don't like, and it's not about our parents, but it is about what we were encased in, what we saw as children, also what we saw in our community, and also the larger community of the world. All of this plays a role in it, and whether you believe it or not, you've been in a relationship with money, but more than not, it's been one that's not healthy. If you were dating someone the way we treat our money, you would need to go see a psychiatrist. Couples counseling. So we want to start to look at that. One of the things I found for myself, that repetition is super key for me in shifting my consciousness. Not in trying to get the paper dollar. But I tell you something, there are a couple of stories that I'll share that money came in ways that I never would have thought. Never. But I wasn't trying to get the money. That whole, the whole energy, the whole circumference of every day trying to get money, trying to get security, trying to get freedom, trying to get ease, trying to get my piece of the pie, which is in the global world what they tell us. That's what our goal is. We go to school, or we go to take a trade, or to get to the point where we can get our American pie. And so right now we look at the American pie and it's looking a little dim. The American pie is looking a little lopsided, because this shift is taking place. This shift in consciousness is taking place from the little I to the magnificent we, to the understanding that there's no one that can stop you from having what you want but you. And I know that's a thing that we say all the time. But I love this phrase that I remind myself when I hear my old money thoughts coming up. Gino, consciousness creates. And you're creating this right now. So there's sometimes I've gone through money and I look at my bank account, I go, oh, you know what, I probably shouldn't have went out to dinner that day and spent that $50. I mean, that's how crazy it gets. And I'd be like, well, Gino, would the $50 right now really make that big of a difference? I'd be like, well, you know what, it was that $50. Then it was the other $35. And I started going through. And then I had to pay this bill, I had to pay that bill, and I was like, oh my goodness. So my relationship with money is all the time about what I don't have enough of. And I was like, oh, why would money want to be with me? If I can't have enough of you, if there's not enough of you, if I feel that I'm never going to have enough, and if I feel that I'm not wisely spending my money. So I started doing, there's a wonderful teacher I used to follow back in the day, Florence Scovel Shen. She's wonderful. She's, I think, 1930s or something like that. But it's still prominent today. And what's so powerful between her and Ike, because Reverend Ike said, you know, when he would take the offering, he said, don't put nothing in there that clings. He said, I don't want the consciousness of the clinging. If you don't have the consciousness of paper, come take a class so that you can rise to that. And people on the outside were like, oh, he just a pimp. Because he was a black man, so it's like, he just a pimp. But he was a man with consciousness and with vision that understood you cannot have something that you don't love, and it loves you. Because I was taught, you don't need to love money, Gino. But you do need to be in a loving relationship. G Money and I have an honest, loving relationship. When I go to my ATM Before I was just like, let me get a little something so I can do a little something. And all of that energy, did I say that in my outside voice? No, but the energy was, I'm going to get this and I'll do a little something here and have a little something over there. Or when I would pay a bill, you know, if they would lower it, I could do better, I could have more. And it's like, stop. It's not about the bills. It's not about what you spend. It's about the consciousness of who you are. Every time you spend, you're spending you. You are spending your energy. And if you say to the universe, I don't have that much energy, because once I give this, that's all I got. Until maybe 2 weeks, if that's how you get paid. But the universe will pay you every day, all the time. So as I started doing this work with them, and when I say my repetition that I do, I wake up in the morning, before I do anything, I give thanks and gratitude. I give thanks and gratitude. But I started really giving thanks and gratitude about things not seen yet. And I'd lay there and just be in that space. Be in that space. And, you know, I've gotten caught a couple of times here. I set my alarm. So every hour when it goes off, it would remind me, where's my consciousness? What am I thinking about? How am I living? And one of my affirmations is, and I shared this a little while ago, everything in my life is working out perfectly for me. So when I added G Money to it, I'd be, G Money and I are doing a thing today. We're having a good time. And it doesn't matter if there's money in the account or not. So as I was going through this work, Florence recommended that somewhere in my house, create a little money bowl. I was like, oh, I could do that. And the old consciousness says, you know you're going to spend it before you even see it. It was like, you don't know that. So I started the money bowl on my altar table. And it's somewhere that I can see. And at first I was just putting a little couple of dollars in there. Then I was like, Gino, put $5 in there. I'm like, yeah, because then I can get it back when I need it. That was the whole conversation. And it's beautiful to start observing yourself. The more you practice, the more you have conversation about the relationship that you are choosing, you will hear when you're not in alignment with it. May not be instantly, but you'll start to hear it. So I was like, okay, I can put $5 in there. I can put $5 in there. Yeah, bam. And I'd walk by and I'd feel proud, like, look at me, $5. So then I was like, come on, you could do a $20 bill? I was like, oh, I could do a $20 bill. And I put the 20 in there, and I was leaving the house. I was like, what if you run out of money? I was like, that, and this is one of the phrases that I started, that is old consciousness about money. It dies right now. Whatever your story is, when you catch yourself saying it, you want to, and I'd like to speak it out loud so I can hear it. And it dies right now has been so powerful because I know that I don't have to carry it one step further. That in this moment, I caught it and then I go, and I am divine abundance. I am divine abundance. So the work that's required, and there is work that is required. There's work required in practicing new thoughts. And you can't practice a new thought once in the morning and then go through your day. I'm just going to say it. Most people can't do it. Because the morning time, you do it, but by the time you get out into the world has things that have happened, that have done, and it will just eat you up, and you forget all about it. Then by the time you get home, you're just exhausted, you're pissed off, and you right back into the same rut that you were in before. But if you have an alarm on your phone, I like every hour. Maybe you do it every 2 hours. And when I first jumped into this, I did it every day, which was huge for me. But I was like, Gino, with the alarm, you have no control over it. I'm like, right. And it would start, I'm like, oh, the alarm. I was like, I'd be driving. Oh, I was like, oh my God. But it's like, I said, this is my time to know my truth. This is my time to know the new story. And you have it created already. Don't, I won't say don't, but it's nice if you have a one-liner that you can bam. So for me, the first one was everything in my life is working out perfectly for me. I say that now with such ease, but I guarantee you a month ago it was, what is it? Everything. Wait, everything. Oh, shoot. I'd have to look at my phone because I wrote it down. Because my mind wasn't set that life works perfectly for me. So I couldn't remember that little simple phrase. Everything in my life is working out perfectly for me. Sometimes I get to, everything in my life is, what is it? Everything. And I seriously couldn't remember. I was like, my God, it's not that big of a thing. But it is, because that's an energy shift that's taking place. And that's what has to happen. So when I named, when Reverend Ike said, get into a relationship with your money. And in a relationship, the person or the thing has a name. I was like, you know what you write? G-Money. And I love it. I'd be like, G-Money. G-Money, we gonna hang out today, G-Money. So my bowl in the house there, I got like, okay, Gino, you can put a $100 bill in there. I was like, no, I can't do that. I'm gonna need that $100. Cannot do it. Cannot do it. So I'm sitting there looking at him. I'm like, why can't you? Because I'm going to need it. Well, it'll be in the bowl if you need it. This is, and so it started, I started recognizing just how deep this story of me not having enough or me running out was. There it was that this is a bowl that's in my house. It's not like I went to somebody else's house and put the $100 in there. This bowl is in my house. All I got to do is reach in there and pull it out. But the fact of releasing it and putting it in this bowl, and with the intention of not spending it that day. Don't spend it the day, let it sit there, let it marinate, let it be present, be in the joy of it. It took me an hour, because it wasn't just putting it in there, it was the energy that I put it in there with. So I look at the bowl and I go, I could do this, I could do it. I could do it. I could do it. But can you do it with love and joy? Is this G-Money or is this money? I was like, oh. G-Money, I'm in a relationship with. Money is what's out in the world. See, G-Money loves me like I love G-Money. And all G-Money want to do is please me. G-Money is my servant. But money has a lot of stories and strings and restrictions. G-Money doesn't have that. G-Money be like, girl, I got you. I'm all about you. So when I finally released it and put it in there, I was like, wow. And I would walk past that bowl just to look at that $100 bill, be like, look at it. Look at what you did. Look at that. And having it in there for a week, I was like, woo, look at me. The $5, the $10, the $20, they're all in there. And I would just play with it. You ever played with your money? It's a beautiful thing to play with it. I played with it and I said, thank you. And some people say, well, are you praising a God? It's amazing how they make money that. But everything comes from source. Money is the divine expression of spirit. It is just the same abundance as when you plant those beautiful roses that Stefany planted. That seed is the $100. She put it in the earth. She put some dirt over it and watered it and loved it and appreciated it. And what did it do? It came back bountiful for her. So I'm feeling good. I'm like, I got this. I put another $100 in my bowl. I'm like, hey, look at me now. Ha ha. Look at me now. And so this is over a time period of really about a month where I can see the shift is taking place, where I can actually say, everything in my life is working out perfectly for me, and I can feel it. And I go, G-Money, I like to be with G-Money. I just make little songs around, and G-Money like to be with me. You know, just have fun. Have fun with money, not so worried. And then came the big challenge. An unexpected bill came in. And the first thing I said, I know this is going to happen. And I go, that's the old money story. See, part of the old money story is that I can't have an abundance of money because something is always going to happen that's going to pull that money. And I was like, oh, there it is. This is the old money story. It dies right now. It dies right now. I am divine abundance. I'm never without. This bill has supported me in ways. This company has given me a service. And I was literally crying because this old expression was really fighting with me to be in discomfort and to say that this was going to hurt and harm me. And I realized there's no bill that can hurt or harm you or hurt or harm me, but only in my thinking, only in the way that I see it, only in the way that I approach it. So I took a little walk, because then I had gotten over that, but the other part of that money was like, but it's a lot of money. You could do this with that money. You could do this with that money. It was just... And I took a walk, and butterflies were everywhere, and I love butterflies. And I was like, wow. I wonder when that butterfly made the trip from Mexico back here, if they were like, I can't do it. This is too far for me to fly. But here it is. This butterfly has an innate understanding that it is supplied with everything that it needs. Nature helps me connect very quickly because it's the absolute essence of spirit. And so as I'm standing there, 3 butterflies, they come, they're flying all around. I'm like, look at them. They are enjoying this moment. So I have a choice. I can pay this magnificent bill in love and joy and enjoy my day, or I can pay this bill, bitch and gripe about it, call my friends and be like, you know what, I can't do that. I can't do it because, you know, I had this I got to do, and I didn't think they won't charge me this much. Or I could pay the bill and just be like, call them, like, you know what, the way y'all doing this, it's not right. Y'all taking people's money. I'm like, you could do that. Or you could understand that G-Money's got you, and you got G-Money. So I went back to the house, because I had put a call into him, I'm just going to be honest. I'd put a call in to say that, you know, this was too high, how can you charge me this? I wasn't in my house, how did it, yeah. It was my electric bill. I was like, I wasn't even here for 3 weeks. How is it this high? Yeah. And the person that came on the line was like, well, you know, I'm sure you left your refrigerator plugged up and your TV was plugged in. And they were so calm about it that I was getting furious. Like, who's going to unplug the refrigerator while they're gone? Who's going to do that? She said, exactly. That's still, I was like, it shouldn't be this much. So I went back to that. But then once I went, that's why I took the walk, because I was out of control. So when I go back to the house, I see the bill there. And I go, you know, you can have hot water, you have lights. You have a fan. You can turn it on and off how you want to do it. Do you want it on now? No. Do you want it off? Yeah. Okay. You can plug in other things. You got your little scented things all plugged in. House smell delicious. Isn't that wonderful? So I wrote down 10 things of how great this bill was for me. How wonderful it was. How the ease that and the blessing that I live in a country, even with the craziness that we are going through as we are shifting, I still live in a country where I can walk in my house and flip a switch and turn a light on. I can go turn on my shower and get nice hot water. with ease and grace, and I can wash in water that's not going to have me coming out looking like a mummy. I was like, wow, you know what? So this is also circulating my energy. I'm participating in the universe. So when I pay this, I am participating and giving back to the world. And I'm also saying to the universe that I know that I am supported, that I know that all of my needs are met, and there's no need for me to be mad. There's no need for me to be angry. There's no need for me to be worried. And this is what blew me away. I paid that bill. 3 hours later, a friend of mine called me and said, hey, did you get it? I said, did I get what? Go to the mailbox, girl. Go to your mailbox. I was like, you know it's downstairs, right? She was like, Gino. I was like, okay, all right, I'm just joking. So I go to my mailbox, and it's a card. And my mother would always send me $100 on my birthday. Always. I don't care what was going on. And when she made her transition, it was like, oh, the first year I was like, where's my $100? Gino, your mama's gone. I was like, right. I called my brother. I was like, brother, I'm just going to tell you, it's going to feel a little empty. And he was like, Gino, I said, you know, I didn't get my $100. He said, right, because mama's gone. I said, right. So all of this went through my mind as I saw it was a belated birthday card. And when I opened it, it was $1,000 in there. And she said, you know, there's so much that you've given me throughout our life that I had a little windfall, and I wanted to share that windfall with you. And I was like, oh my God, So now here come the other part, because you got to learn how to receive. And my first thought, what first came out of my mind, this is too much, it's too much. And she said, Gino, can you receive it? And I got quiet. And I was like, okay, you know what, I'm going to buy you she said, Gino, can you receive it? And it was a little tough for me to receive. My mind kept saying, well, I'll get you something for your birthday. You know what, I'll get you this. That was not the point. Can you receive it? Just as having money come in, if it comes in from a gig or from something else that I'm doing, I'm like, oh, I deserve to be paid. But if a friend gives me a gift, I want to immediately think, okay, how can I give them something back? That's not true receiving. That's not true abundance. When you are in the flow of abundance, that's alignment. So you don't know where it's coming from. That's not your job. You don't know where it's coming from. You don't know when it's coming. You don't know who or whom, I forget the correct English, is going to give it to you, is going to be that outlet. Yours is to stay in alignment. And my alignment at that moment showed me that as I was willing to pay that bill, and it wasn't just that bill, because there were things that had worked up to that. Because I'd been working on shifting what? This consciousness, this thought presence, this feeling, connecting what I feel with what's going on up here. When they're separate, there's struggle, there's frustration, anger. So we got off the phone, and I went upstairs, and I cried a little bit. I was in such awe that somebody would think of me in that light, that they would give that to me from their heart, not from, Gino, I'm giving you this and I want a gift on my birthday. We start thinking things like that, or I'm giving you this, but you better give me, that's not a gift. This gift was given because they chose to give it. Was a great musician that I worked with that's no longer here anymore. Mr. Barnes said to me one time, we were working together, he said, you know, If you don't allow people to give to you, you miss the gift of being able to give. He said, don't cheat me out of my gift. Don't cheat me out of my gift. So this thing that we got going on, this going out, coming in, going out, coming in, it is definitely a divine circle of the universe. We can't have one without the other. They go together. They go together. So then you know what I did? I took 2 of them $100 bills and put it in my bowl. I was like, yeah. And what's been beautiful about that bowl is that every time I look at it, it reminds me that, yeah, you are abundant. You are absolutely the divine abundance of the universe. There is nothing other than that. So as I'm coming to a close, I've gone over a little bit longer than I said, Stefany. My mantra, one of my mantras for money is, G, money, and I are in an honest, loving relationship. G, money, and I are in an honest and loving relationship. Find a short mantra that you can say to yourself. I would encourage you to name your money. If you had to come up with something right now, what would it be? Mo money. All right. Who else got something? So what? Beth. Beth money. Beth, all right. So when you do it, Beth, come on, Beth. We're going to do this thing. Mo money, come on, come on. Yeah, let's have some fun. Who else got a name? Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin, you know what? I like you. I like the way you come to me. I like the ease at which you do it. You are rocking it, Ben. You want to shift that thing around. Have fun with your money. Who else got something? Come on now. Think about it. Come up with something. Sugar mama. Sugar mama, shake, shake, shake. Look at her, see what you make. It's a beautiful, beautiful dance. And I encourage you to come up with a name for your money. Mo Money, Beth, Ben Franklin, Sugar Mama. Something that feels good to you, that you know. And it will shift you from how you see money. If you go home tonight, before you go to bed, I've done this is a fun thing to do, to look at my money. Just look at it. Fan it. And I tell it, thank you for today. Thank you for coming into my life today. Sometimes we think unless it comes in the form of paper money that we did not receive abundance. But it comes when somebody smiles at you and goes, hey, hi, how are you? That's a gift. That's abundance. It comes when you're walking and maybe a little dog is out there walking. They come over to you and be like, ooh, what you doing? What your name is? Can I kiss you? There's so much abundance. I love that. Or when you see a bird come by you and they fly up on the tree and they start singing, I'd be like, sing it then, doggone it. Just for me. That's abundance. That's prosperity. So we want to start taking all of that in, all of what that is, because it's not the paper, it's the consciousness and the feeling. And that's where we're shifting in this world right now. We're shifting from outward to an inward awareness of our greatness, of the power that we are. So take a deep breath with me. And let us all say together, I have a loving relationship with my money. I have a loving relationship with my money. I have a loving relationship with my money. Have a beautiful evening, and now get ready for Stefany Reed.
I like this one. I like to move around a little bit, so Gino will be catching up with me. Can we just get a round of applause for Gino? That was amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Gino Walker. Amazing. My name is Stefany Reed. I'm the founder of Soul Power Path, and it is my joy to be with you tonight. So, today is Wealthy Wednesday. I was lucky enough to be with some of you this morning. Hear my Rise Up Women for our women's group this morning. That was awesome. Thank you, thank you. So we have been dancing in the consciousness of money all day long and what that feels like. And Gino laid this beautiful foundation for us of thinking about money as a movement of consciousness, right? This is energy that's moving. Think about how that feels when we are in that movement of, I am enough. When that unexpected income just comes rolling on in, you're like, oh yeah. And when that income goes, you go pay that bills, you're like, oh man, right? But what happens in our consciousness affects everything else in our lives. So we just take a moment and think about what were some of those messages that you heard growing up about money. What were some of the messages? And you can raise your hand, shout it out. There's not enough, right? No matter how much is in that bank account or stuff between those mattresses, it's never enough, right? Who ever heard it's not enough, right? Yeah. All right, what else? Don't waste it, right? It's like this precious resource. It's like at the drought in California, you don't want to turn the faucet on too long because you're going to waste it, right? Don't waste the money. Yeah, what else? Be thrifty. Yeah. Store it, hoard it. Don't give it away. Don't waste it. Save that money for a rainy day, right? We don't want to spend it. We want to keep it nice and tight. Yep. Money doesn't grow on trees. Where do you think that money come from? That money doesn't grow on trees. Money doesn't grow on trees, right? Yeah. You have to work for it. And not only do you have to work hard. You have to work hard, and if you ever want to get ahead, you've got to work really hard, long hours doing things that you probably don't enjoy to have enough to pay the bills. Right? Sound familiar? All right, so how do you feel? Just take a moment and check in here. How do you feel in your body when you believe those things? How do you feel? I hear tight, beautiful, a body sensation. Defeated. Contracted, tight. Yeah. What else? I feel like I'm not enough, right? I feel like I don't have enough. I'm not enough. If I don't keep doing this rat race thing, I'm going to starve, right? How many of you ever had a dream about being an artist or being a musician or being in the creative field and we're told, you ain't going to make no money at that? Any of you ever have a dream that you wanted to fulfill that you were told you couldn't do it because of the money? Yeah, right? Yeah. So the interesting thing about consciousness is that, like Gino was saying tonight, no matter what's in that bank account, it's actually irrelevant to what we are creating in our conscious experience. So I do a lot of work with people of all different energy levels that come in and come to me for empowerment. Some of them need physical empowerment. We teach self-defense. Some people need emotional or energetic empowerment. And we talk about ways we can heal trauma and connect to our own energy and our own healing capacity. And some of us need financial empowerment, right? What we know about consciousness and about science of mind and spirit is that our experience creates our reality. Our experience creates our reality. So if I work with someone with chronic depression, the thing I will tell them to do every hour is smile. Go home and smile. And what happens in our brain chemistry is it starts to trick us into thinking we are actually happy. And over time, as we continue these practices, we actually become happier. Because our body starts creating the dopamine and the serotonin that goes along that says, I must be happy because I'm smiling. It starts to change our reality. Our relationship with money is very similar. Whatever you have in your bank account or your wallet right now doesn't make a difference. But when you think that thought of, it's not enough, where's it going to come from? How's it going to work out? What happens in your body? When you think the thought, I'm good, it's just coming. It's just coming. Where's it going to come from? I love this. I have a great Reverend Deborah Johnson up in Santa Cruz. She was one of my first Science of Mind teachers. And she would say, where's it going to come from? Where's it going to come from? From wherever it is now. Where was it before it arrived? Where's it going to be? We are in the flow. We are in the divine flow of the money that comes in, the money that comes out, the energy that comes in, the energy that comes out. So I was saying this morning, everybody take a breath. Take a breath. Now you can't exhale, just hold on to it. You don't want to let it go. What's going to happen if you let it go? Okay, you can let it go. Oh my gosh, right? So much better. So being in this divine flow, just like the air, it comes in, it goes out. It comes in, it goes out. If we try to dam it up, if we try to hold onto it and cling, we're not breathing anymore. And I was saying this morning, that is what creates economic depressions. That is what creates an economic crisis in the world, is when people stop spending their money. People say, stock market's going down, things are changing, money's losing its value, I'm going to hold on to it. I'm just going to hold it really tight, and I'm going to take my money out. I'm going to stop spending. What happens? Everybody stops being in the flow, and it actually creates the conditions of a depression. It actually works, and it's all just mental games. It has nothing to do with what is actually out there. It's just all in our mind. The whole entire thing is created by thoughts. It's fascinating when you look at the economy and what happens when people start withholding and people start going, I'm not going to have enough. I'm not going to have enough. So, what we know, like Gino was talking about, was affirmations. When we have an affirmation, we are doing that same thing that happens when we smile. We are starting to trick the brain into thinking that is the truth. And when we do it long enough, it actually becomes our experience. It actually becomes our experience. So, let's think of one of those phrases of it's never enough. If somebody raise a hand, tell me a phrase about money that is working against you. Give me a phrase. Anybody? Yes, I always have to heal. one more thing before I'll be able to receive it, right? So I want you to think, and you're on the spot because you came up with it. Ha 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 ha. First of all, how can we change that phrase around to be an affirmative of what you already have, what you already are? So one suggestion might be, I am already perfectly healed, whole, and abundant in this moment. There's nothing more that needs to be healed for me to receive. So what would your phrase be? Do you like that one, or do you have another one that resonates with you? Yes, I am complete and whole, and I am enough the way I am. Beautiful. And how does that feel in your body when you say it? Relaxing, calming, grounding. What's another one? What's another one that doesn't serve us, that you hear yourself say, like, it's never enough? Something like that. Dun, dun. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you, Michelle. So Michelle said, that future worry of if I pay this bill now, what's going to come down the line, right? What's coming down the line? So how can you turn that around into an affirmation? What was that? There will always be enough. There will always be enough. Where's it going to come from? From wherever it is now. Where was it before it got here in my wallet? Well, it was somewhere else. Here it goes. Here it goes in that divine flow. One more. Something you say or you hear yourself say, money doesn't grow on trees. It actually does if you think about it. Trees have bark. Paper comes from trees. Money actually does grow on trees. One more affirmation. Yes. Yes. So that messaging of I have to save it, I've got to hoard it, cling it, hold on to it, because what if, right? Who lives with what ifs running around in your head, right? What if? What if something happens and I need that money? Right. What if? What if? So turn that around. I want you to sit with it. Take a second and just turn it around and make that into a positive affirmation. Beautiful. Love that. I have everything that I need right here, right now. I want you all to say that. We're going to say it together. I have everything I need right here, right now. Say it again. I have everything I need right here, right now. Right here, right now. I have everything I need right here, right now. One more affirmation. I'm calling on you, Bob. You're the token brave male in our audience tonight. And all you token brave males at home, you can text it on, get on there and text what is it that you want to make into your affirmations. Yeah. If I spend this now, I won't have it for later. I won't have it for later. Turn that into an affirmation. I have everything I need, right? I have everything I need. I loved what Gino was talking about. I was fortunate enough to spend time traveling in South America. These are people who, many of them, they don't have a stove in their house. They don't have running water. Their house may be made out of adobe or sometimes tin. Most of them feel more abundant than we do. Our version of I'm poor means that I have a refrigerator plugged in, I have a cell phone, I have a car that I'm driving, I have running clean water out of my faucet. Oh, but maybe I can't take that expensive trip I want. Our version of poverty in America is really an interesting version, right? Right? And so just moving out of that mindset, I shared this morning, when I was in Peru, I was studying with the shamans in the region. And one of the things that we would do would be to make a despacho. A despacho would be a large piece of usually wrapping paper. And in it, we would put our best fruits, so offerings to the spirits. So there would be corn, there would be beans, there would be rice, there would be wine, there would be all kinds of herbs we would put in flowers. I would watch them, and they made no mention of what they were doing, but I observed that they would tape $100 bills on the bottom of this despacho. We would put all the beautiful mandala of ingredients on top, and we would fold it, tie up this medicine bundle, and the whole thing would go in the fire. And they would burn those $100 bills. My initial reaction was like, what'd she do? That's money! What are you doing? Burning money. And it came to me, if it is all energy, all of it, and we are recycling all of it, and you are giving this offering, this despacho offering to Spirit, to the gods, then you know that in that act is that incredible divine trust that whatever you are giving to Spirit, Spirit is giving back to you in abundance. There's a practice in South America amongst the Caro, whenever you have a glass of water, that you will flick some of that water onto the earth before you drink it. Whenever you are given a plate of food, that you will take a forkful and dump it on Pachamama before you eat. This deep recognition that nothing is actually ours. There is no my money. Everything is source. Everything is Spirit resourcing itself through us at all times. When we show up, we just show up as the hollow bone through which Spirit sings. We show up as this divine expression of energy. Now, the practice that I see is for us to be not the piccolo, but the trombone, right? We want to be big channels. So a lot's coming in and a lot is going out. But the way that we start to grow our channel of Spirit is not by hoarding. It's like you want to blow that flute, but you just suck in. If we don't give out, there's no room for that channel to expand. And so when we are in the flow and we are giving of our energy, our time, our resources, I think about the oak trees. California is covered with these beautiful oak trees. And all of those oak trees started as a single acorn. One acorn. And in a season, they may drop hundreds or thousands of acorns every single year. This was the food for the indigenous people that lived in this area. The oak tree never said, no. I'm not doing that acorn thing this year. Nope. I'm just going to hold on to all those acorns. I'm not, you know what? I'm not, nope. I'm not going to do that. Pomegranates, Have you ever opened a pomegranate and seen all those beautiful jewels inside? There's got to be 100 future pomegranate trees in that one pomegranate. And as humans, we step out of this flow, this divine flow of life that's like, I just keep giving. I give because I produce more of myself when I give. That's nature. That's nature. So this morning we had an incredible women's group, and we talked about money. And one of the people after our women's group came up to me and said, is it okay if I just put a little less in the basket now? And I was like, did you just hear anything that we talked about this morning? Did you hear that when we are withholding from life, we are withholding from ourselves? When we are withholding from life, we are withholding from ourselves. It may as well be a broadcast. When I pass around the basket, people's like, I don't really have 20 to put in the basket, but here's $3. There you go. What you are telling me, one, is that you don't value me. What you're telling me, two, and the bigger message, is you don't think you're enough, you don't think you have enough, and you don't trust that the universe has your back in all things. You are making an announcement to the world, I'm not enough. Hello, I don't have enough. I'm showing up as poverty. Can you give to me because I don't have enough? And the universe is affirmative. It will always say yes. So if you say, I don't have enough and I'm not enough, what's the universe going to say? Yes, that's right. You don't have enough and you are not enough. The universe is affirmative. So if you show up and you say, absolutely, I am so enough. You know what? There's a tip. I'm going to give you a little extra. The universe is like, man, look at you. Look at you strutting. Look at you walking. You know that you are an abundant being, that I always have your back. That there is always more coming. Where is it coming from? From wherever it is now. So one practice I love to do when I get in my, whatever my money spin is I will drive down the freeway. We live in Southern California here, so there's a lot of freeways, and there's a lot of cars. I start looking at those cars going by. I go, there goes 30,000. There goes 75,000. Oh my gosh, is that a dumpster on wheels? That's a Tesla truck. Yeah, that's 150,000 rolling by right there. Money is everywhere. Every one of those cars is just money rolling on by. On freeways built with millions of dollars. Every one of those people in every one of those cars has a wallet that is full of credit cards and money. Money is everywhere. It's everywhere. We are in that divine flow at all times. So when that question comes, where's it going to come from? From wherever it is now. God's got my back. Spirit has my back. When we believe this, our energy starts to change, our consciousness starts to change, and we see the outer effects in our lives. So, take a breath and let it out, because we got to exhale. It's this beautiful practice of give and receive. Give and receive. So we did this practice this morning, and I like it so much, I want to do a little bit of it tonight. So I just invite you to drop in, feel your feet on the ground, get fully in your body. Feel gravity supporting you as you are pulled into that seat. I want you to drop from your head, make that long journey down. Pass through your neck and your throat. Move into your heart space. And keep on moving. I want you to go down into your root chakra. I want you to go down into that place where we are connected with Mother Earth. And keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. Keep feeling your breath move and in and out. So we're just taking a little journey. I want you to imagine that you are sitting across from money. And just allow money to take whatever form it takes as it comes in. Maybe he is a fine dressed man with diamonds on the soles of his shoes. Maybe she is a voluptuous goddess with all her abundant rolls and jewels. Maybe money's a little child. And as you are sitting here with this being, this consciousness of money, you get 1 minute to tell them anything that you want to tell them. Got any gripes? You got any complaints? You got anything you need to get off your chest? Now's the time. And take a breath in and take a breath out. I want you to see and connect with this spiritual consciousness of money, of this being in front of you, this relationship that you are having. Just like Gino said, would you want to be in a relationship with somebody who said, "You are never enough for me? Why are you always leaving me? I don't have enough of you. No matter how much of you I have, it's not enough. I don't trust you. I don't believe you're going to be there for me. Are you going to show up when I need you? Please don't leave me." Would you want to be with this person? No, I wouldn't. So we're just going to flush all that down. Just see your big energetic toilet. Throw all that crud in there. Hit the plunger. Wash it swirling on down. Gone. This consciousness dies now. So see this beautiful being, money, that you are in a divine, connected, abundant, sweet, loving relationship with. And ask money what she, he, it, they want to tell you. I'm just going to do a little journey here, and I'm going to do a little drumming. Just a little time to drop in and see what this spiritual being of money wants to say to you. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Just come fully back into this room and space. I would love to hear what your journey to money had to say to you. Is this mic any better? All right, I'll stick with this mic. Where'd you go with money? What did money say to you? I am your friend. Pretty powerful message. What else? What came through?
So my money was an older brother that I don't have, but an older brother who said, "I'm going to be here for you whenever you need me. I will protect you. I will provide for you, and I will play with you." So I imagine those dances.
I love that. I love that. So Yen just said, money showed up as an older brother that she doesn't have, but in this form, an older brother that said, I will protect you, I will play with you, and what was the other? I will provide for you, you will be secure, and we get to play and dance together. And she saw the two of them playing and having fun together. It's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else? Yes.
My money was this beautiful koi fish, and he told me not to worry, and he just more of a feeling of just flowing.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So money showed up as a beautiful koi fish, and it was a feeling of, what were the words you said? Yeah. Beautiful. So flowing through the water, the message was don't worry. Whether the current is fast, the current is slow, we are just flowing. We are flowing together in this state of non-resistance. Gorgeous. One more. Anybody else? Elizabeth. Beautiful. So it just, Elizabeth said, an experience of softness and of comfort. I love that. So thank you everyone for playing with money with us tonight. Leave as much as you want in that basket back there, because we know the more you leave, the more is going to come back to you, right? This is the way this works. It's the principle of multiplication, right? So I invite you to, as Gino was saying, to have a couple of phrases that are your go-to phrases every time you open your wallet, every time you pay a bill, every time you click on something, that are your go-to phrases. That may be, I am enough. That may be, I have plenty. That may be, abundance is not something we acquire. Abundance is our true nature. Right? My true nature is abundant. Think about that. Every time you pay that bill, abundance is my true nature. Sometimes when I give money out, I will say, this comes back to me and multiplies 1,000 times. Right? Every time you give it out, this is multiplying. This is a multiplication table. I'm giving 20, I'm going to get back 200. Right? I'm going to get back 2,000. because I am enlarging and expanding that vessel through which Spirit can express. You want to be a garden hose? Or you want to be like one of those giant pipes that goes under the freeway? It's like, we get to choose. We get to choose, and it all starts with consciousness. It all starts with shifting that consciousness, being in the flow, knowing, feeling in our bodies, I'm safe. I'm provided for. I got this. Where's it coming from? From wherever it is now. It's my birthright. So thank you so much for your time tonight. It's been a true pleasure to be with you. Give it up for my co-facilitator, co-host over there, managing everything, Gino Walker, the goddess of the Wednesday night experience. These go on every single Wednesday night. Thank you to Gino Walker. We are so grateful for you. You're amazing. All right, thank you everybody for showing up tonight. It has been a true pleasure to have you with us. And go forth and prosper.